Hello and welcome to our show. Today we are joined by Rani Ritu Singh, who is the Pro Vice Chairperson of Delhi Public School Jammu. She has been associated with different religious and social organizations of Jammu and Kashmir and also nationally. She has recently been awarded by Nelson Mandela Peace Foundation. Today we will talk to her and get an insight about her views about this organization, what does this award mean to her, and what are her views about the world and the society. Madam, thanks a lot. You has recently been awarded by this Nelson Mandela Peace Foundation award, and you have also been given an honorary doctorate. It's a considered a very prestigious award throughout the world. Could you please throw a light about this award and what does it mean to you?
Jayadeva, thank you for having me on your show. In all humility, I have accepted this award, which to me actually means a lot because since childhood, I was completely in awe of Nelson Mandela for the works that he had done. ऑफन मैं खास बहुत अक्सर कहती हूँ कि एक जो हमारे कमल के फूल है वो मट्टी से ही मतलब ऊपर जाती है और फिर खिल जाती है. सो इन वेरी muddy environs, Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in jail. And as you know, he was the father of the nation, and what he did for Africa was just phenomenal. So बचपन में अक्सर मैं इनके speeches सुनती थी उनके I was very influenced by him as a child. So many years later, for me to receive an award by his name, it was a big prestige for me to be even standing on that stage and receiving the certificate when it said Nelson Mandela Peace Award, Global Peace Award. It meant a lot to me because I also, in my own way, have throughout my life really worked like the Lotus does. And have accepted challenges. I started Delhi Public School, just for your information. Way back in the day, in 1996, I started a school called Saplings. And in 1998, I turned that into a Delhi Public School. I collaborated with Delhi Public School Society. And we started with a mere 20, 30 children. And उन ज़मानों में there were not very many public schools in Jammu, except for there was Nagbani school, there was a convent there, and Diwan Badrinath school थे, but बहुत कम public schools थे उस ज़माने में. तो कोई भी नई चीज़ शुरू करिए तो आपको पता ही है कितने आप opposition face करते हैं. एंड मैंने कई सारे डिफ़िकल्टीज़ फेस की थी शुरुआत में. लोगों ने ये भी सोचा कि दिल्ली पब्लिक स्कूल जम्मू में लाके इसका मतलब क्या हुआ. सैपलिंग स्कूल जी, मैं आपको बताना चाह रही हूँ कि I belong to a family that has given a lot to Jammu, and my forefathers, especially Maharaja Hari Singh Ji, the latest of them all, had a huge influence in my life again. For a few things, I didn't have the opportunity to meet him, but I read up about him, and they say when a girl gets married, उनका गोत्र बदल जाता है. I was mere 19 when I got married. तो मेरा गोत्र बदल गया था, and I considered myself to be a daughter of the soil. So I really wanted to do something for education because I believe education and health are two very big sectors which needed to be addressed in Jammu. My late father Ashok Kapur, played a huge role in my life, and he has taught me all my values. And उन्होंने बहुत कुछ कहा मेरे को बचपन में कि आप अगर कुछ सोशल वर्क करेंगे तो गुप्त ही रखिए. तो कई सालों से मैं एक एक्चुअली सब कहते हैं आप पर्दे के पीछे छुपे थे, बट there comes a time in your life where you have to sort of come out there and influence others. So amongst many other things that I do, I've also been involved in the trust. I started a trust on my late father's name, Ashok Kapur Foundation. With that foundation, we started doing works. First, he was a very avid golf player. So the first bit of work that I did was for the caddies in the golf club. We started a lot of social work for them. Medical camps, we have done it for the poor. We host medical camps every year, free of cost, and we tie up with different companies to collaborate with us for the same. Recently, the Ashok Kapur Foundation school में Delhi Public School में मैंने एक program चालू किया था कई साल पहले. In fact, just when I started Saplings, I came up with an idea of a program called Prayas. और हम प्रयास के थ्रू जितने भी ऑर्फन बच्चे हैं, जो अंडर प्रिविलेज बच्चे हैं, हमारे स्टाफ के ही बच्चे जो हैं, उनको हम फ्री एजुकेशन देते आ रहे हैं काफ़ी सालों से. हम उनके टैलेंट को रिकग्नाइज़ करते हैं और आज आप बहुत खुश होंगे, हमारे अलमनाई में आप देखेंगे तो कई सारे वही बच्चे जिन्होंने 1 रुपये भी हमारी फ़ीस नहीं दी, वो इतने अच्छे अच्छे स्थान में पहुंच गए हैं। मैं उनको धन्यवाद करना चाहती हूँ क्योंकि उनके ज़रिए, थैंक्स टू एजुकेटिंग दोज चिल्ड्रन, टुडे आई एम रिसीविंग अवार्ड्स सच एज दिस बिकॉज माई recognition comes from the works I've done for them. From my childhood, I used to go with my mother, and she used to teach in the blind school in Delhi. Completely, मतलब एवरी सैटरडे संडे हम दोनों जाते थे। तो छोटी उम्र में मैंने अपने माँ बाप को बहुत ये सेवाओं करते हुए देखा है, एंड ओवर द इयर्स दिस इज़ ग्रोन इनटू अ वे ऑफ लाइफ फॉर मी। जी जी जी
जिस तरह से नेल्सन मंडेला ने he started taking very small steps towards emancipation of the society, betterment of the society, to get the South Africa liberated from all the atrocities it was taking. It takes baby steps, then it flowers and it starts blooming. And जिस तरह से आपने कहा कि आपने छोटे छोटे the way you started Delhi Public School. अब now there are a couple of things जिसका आपने जिक्र किया है. We will come to them step by step during this interview. Nelson Mandela was also hugely inspired by Mahatma Gandhi ji. एंड महात्मा गांधी के करेक्टर में अगर हम थोड़ा सा जिक्र करें, नॉन वायलेंट was one of the major factors, and patience towards the people also, and compassion है. तो आपके जितने भी institutions जो हैं मैडम, how do you inculcate these kind of feelings among the people, because you are handling so many institutions आपके जो हैं, and because अगर जो यहाँ से the people who are associated with you or the people who are teaching in the schools which you are heading, how you are inculcating this thing, non-violence, patience and compassion to the people.
Okay, that was a very good question. Actually, Mahatma Gandhi ji has been the father of our nation, and as you said, Nelson Mandela was extremely influenced by Mahatma Gandhi ji's teachings, his preachings, and the way he lived his life. First of all, the thing that impressed me most about Gandhi ji was, of course, the fact that he was able to fight for our freedom, and through a non-violent way, which I think is a need of the hour for our youth. We need to live in coexistence and stop the violence completely. At DPS, you'll be very happy to see that we have children from every community, and I strictly believe, and I've been crusading this for the last almost 30 years of my life, that I feel Gandhi ji, my late grandfather, Maharaja Hari Singh ji, Nelson Mandela, I think they all, if you join the dots, they all had one commonality, and that was definitely non-violence, and that was definitely non-communal. माय ग्रैंडफादर, अगर आपको याद है तो महाराजा हरी सिंह जी ने राउंड टेबल कॉन्फ्रेंस में क्या कहा जब उनको पूछा गया कि आपके रिलीजन क्या है. ही सेड ऑल रिलीजन्स आर माइन एंड माय ऑल रिलीजन्स आर वन एंड माय रिलीजन इज़ जस्टिस. So I think Nelson Mandela ji also, through his ways, got justice for his people without being violent. He, out of his jail, spread good messages. Also, I feel, rather than preaching, you have to practice before you preach. So I actually take the lead everywhere I go. So if I was involved in my school, I used to go there every single day, and I taught my teachers. I taught my teachers first because वो ही आगे बच्चों को पढ़ाती हैं. तो सबसे पहले मैंने टीचर्स को कहा कि ये आप बंद करिए ये सब पूछना. इवन when they used to write the forms, there was sometimes there's a little word that says your religion. I cut that out. So I started things like that where I say you will not write religion, you will not write caste, you will not write creed. Anonymous now कि हमारे बच्चे, हमारे टीचर्स जो आते हैं नई नई, वो सब एक पौध लेके आते हैं, एंड बाद में कई साल बाद हमारे अलमनाई चले जाती है और वापस आती है उस पौध को देखने के किस हद तक वो पौध ऊपर गया. सो ट्री प्लांटेशन, वी डू ब्यूटिफुल प्रोग्राम्स ऑफ environment. Then we've recently done a Clean the Tavi project. We have an environmental club. And then we do a lot of social activities in the school which engage in teaching them what violence does, how harmful it is, and they must take the route to non-violence and peace. So that's why the Nelson Mandela Peace Award, when they approached me, I was very, very touched and humbled कि उन्होंने मुझे इसके काबिल सोचा. They thought I was capable enough to have received this award.
They must have spotted something in you, that is why they...
Perhaps. I think, first of all, Ji, with all due respect to our entire society at large, I believe that humility is one of the biggest things that a person can have. The minute your humility goes away, I think you've lost everything. So for me, just to receive an award from somebody who was that humble, Nelson Mandela himself was a very humble human being, as we all know. Gandhiji again. Me, it was a very emotional mix of emotions, because when you as a child look up to somebody and he is your sort of like a hero to you. Both my father and Nelson Mandela have a lot of things in common. Growing up, I saw my father being a very simple person, and he would also really crusade for justice in every which way. And all our birthday parties were spent at orphanages, at those people's places. I used to always say deprivation is your biggest teacher. एंड उनसे मैंने बहुत कुछ सीखा जी. और जब मैं देख रही थी, आई लॉस्ट माई फादर 5 years ago टू कैंसर. एंड सबसे पहले जब ये अवार्ड आया, तो सबसे पहले मैंने अपने पिताजी को धन्यवाद की कि पापा, आप जाते समय आपने ये कहा कि ब्लेस यू बेटा, और जो मैं काम करते आया हूँ आप ही आगे लेके जाएंगी. So very consciously I'm doing more and more for what my father has taught me, and I hold a responsibility for the
I've
family.
spoken about. A lot of people know throughout the world about Nelson Mandela and Mahatma Gandhi. They are the international figures, but there are very few. Not much is known about Hari Singh also. Madam belongs to a family which opened the temples, abolished in a way abolished untouchability. That was the first of its kind in the entire country. Maharaja her family also established the first high court in the country also, and he served for the people of the Jammu and Kashmir. It didn't discriminate on the people on the basis of religion, caste, and creed, and this was one of the most significant things if you consider in those times. So she's in a way carrying his legacy, and she's also in a carrying the legacy of the Jammu region, which has not been reflected internationally and nationally also. We will talk about that also. So, madam, जिस
जी.
तरह से हमने जिक्र किया कि हरि
जी.
सिंह जी का जो
जी.
जो उनकी contribution
जी जी जी.
उनकी जो contribution है, that is unparalleled in the history of
Absolutely.
Jammu and Kashmir, जिसका
बिल्कुल.
दिया गया. But उनको वो he has not been acknowledged in that manner. So मैं आपसे ये पूछना चाहता हूँ, because now you are at this position,
जी.
your
जी.
family, your
जी.
stature,
जी.
you are known
जी.
nationally and internationally.
जी जी.
So there is a grudge among the people of the Jammu कि हमें वो due right नहीं मिला है. तो how do you want to, what do you intend to do so that his legacy is known nationally and internationally?
All right, that's again a beautifully asked question. Way back in which year was it? I think it was 2003 that I started a foundation by the name of Maharaja Hari Singh Foundation. एंड हमारे स्कूल के बिल्कुल बाहर अगर आप देखेंगे, सबसे पहले जो स्टैचू आया था जम्मू में, हमने वहीं पे स्थापित की थी. और सब बच्चों को ये सुनाया कि आपको पता होना चाहिए हु इज़ दिस legend. And the children, in fact, some of our teachers were not aware, because I think history has done him great injustice. We are all aware of who and why this happened, but in our own way, we have done a lot of works through the Maharaja Hari Singh Ji Foundation, trying to keep his legacy alive, also to fulfill and to complete all that was left uncompleted. As I told you, the responsibility is huge, and in my small way, I am trying to also educate the girl child, empower girl children across the region. And this is totally, अभी तो we are hearing about बेटी पढ़ाओ बेटी बचाओ, but Maharaja Hari Singh जी ने ये तो बहुत पहले कहा था. Also, he did work for the transgender. I was recently, I met somebody from that community, and they told me कि आपको पता है आपके दादा साहब ने हमें उस ज़माने में एक स्थान दी थी मंजू का तिला. And I've been going to that stand now and seeing what my grandfather-in-law did. So I can only carry the baton, and I hope I'm able to do even 1/4 of justice. Not only me, but even my children up ahead. मैं उनको भी वैल्यूज सिखा रही हूँ. And everybody was telling me, in fact, I might get into trouble after this interview, तरुण जी. But किसी ने मुझे कहा कि आप भी इसके हक में हैं कि हॉलीडे होना चाहिए महाराजा हरि सिंह जी के नाम पे. तो मैंने कहा नहीं, मैं इस हक में नहीं हूँ, because I don't think my Dada Sahab would have liked just a holiday after his name. He would actually like something done rather than holidays on his name. So, to me, he was the first one who started the Jammu airport, if you're aware. And the first flight really took off from Jammu from there. So I said, why not change the airport in his name? Give him that honor, give him that dignity. And not only that, the fact that he has opened the temples for every religion, every caste. I myself go to temples, and I myself, have employed people who are from different castes to come in there. I'm strictly a believer in making no barriers, ji. ऐसे में absolutely not. So I want to do a lot of work in his name, which is why I started the foundation under his name. जी.
Just the way the मैडम हैज स्पोकन, मैं टू द बेनिफिट ऑफ आवर व्यूअर्स, जो अब ये आर्टिफिशियल लेक का जो जम्मू में अभी जिक्र कर रहे हैं, जो प्रेजेंट गवर्नमेंट जो बना रही है, मैडम माइट बी नोइंग इट, सबसे पहले कॉन्सेप्ट महाराजा हरि सिंह का ही कॉन्सेप्ट था तवी पे लेक बनाने का, सबसे पहले का, वे बैक इन दोज टाइम्स,
वे बैक।
वे बैक। और जब कश्मीर में पंजाब से लोग आते थे वहाँ पे टू बाय द गर्ल्स, तो महाराजा जी ने वहाँ पे एजुकेशन को एनफोर्स कराया था, उस टाइम पे कराया था। तो ही हैज़ गॉट ए ह्यूज लेगेसी जिसका जिक्र बहुत कम होता है, जिसके लिए मैंने मैडम से कहा, तो वो द वे शी इज़ डूइंग विच इज़ ऑल्सो वेरी हाईली अप्रिशिएबल। तो अब अब हरि सिंह की बात चली है तो उनका जिक्र आया है, तो बात कुछ और भी थोड़ी सी कर लेते हैं, बिकॉज he has got such a huge stature, which can be discussed at length, or and he has not been acknowledged, which is a grudge of the Jammu. So Maharaja Hari Singh, ऐसे you know it, लोगों को मालूम है कि he was the most secular and liberal person. बट ऑफ लेट हम देख रहे हैं कि एंड जम्मू का करेक्टर भी इस तरह से है, एंड यू नो इट बिकॉज यू बिलोंग टू दिस फैमिली, इट इज़ द मोस्ट सेकुलर एंड लिबरल सोसाइटी, और यहाँ पे ब्यूटिफुली, और एंड इट हैज़ ग्रोन वेरी कॉस्मोपॉलिटन सिटी ऑल्सो। अब मैं आपको एक बार यहाँ पे जब ये प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने जो ये प्राइम मिनिस्टर की जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूट की थी इन्होंने कश्मीर कमेटी ड्यूरिंग मनमोहन सिंह टाइम, आप अपने दर्शकों को बता रहे थे, दिलीप पटगोनकर वॉज हेडिंग इट, वो आए थे। तो ड्यूरिंग वन ऑफ आवर मीटिंग्स, तो वो कह रहा है कि जम्मू इज़ द ओनली कॉस्मोपॉलिटन सिटी इन द इंटायर जम्मू, नॉट ओनली जम्मू एंड कश्मीर बट ऑल्सो इन द कंट्री ऑल्सो, बिकॉज इसकी डाइवर्सिटी बहुत ज़्यादा है। बहुत यहाँ पे आपको कारगिल का मिलेगा, लद्दाख का मिलेगा, कश्मीर का मिलेगा, डोडा का मिलेगा, एंड बाहर के पंजाबीज भी मिलेंगे। बट ऑफ लेट एक streak is developing which is vitiating this atmosphere. So I mean, how do you see this very, I mean, not likable developments, and how do you plan so that this communal harmony, because you have a role to play, this communal harmony remains alive in the Jammu region?
सबसे पहले I would like to invite the entire city to join hands with me, because I went on a heritage walk the other day, and I want to show every person in Jammu what we are, what Jammu is. We are in a beautiful, beautiful city, a region which, like you said, Tarunji, we coexist beautifully. We are cosmopolitan, and we are very accepting of each other in a most beautiful way. So let us not let anybody influence us. In fact, we have such a beautiful history. I must tell you my observations. I organized a heritage walk the other day with some of my members at an organization that I run called Fiki Flow, and we ladies went out. यहाँ गेट से बाहर आप रेडियो एक स्टेशन आती है, वहाँ से हम जैन बाज़ार गए, जैन बाज़ार के थ्रू हम लगदाता बाज़ार गए, फिर हम वहाँ पे गए आपके जो कनक मंडी से हम आगे गए एक और जगह राजेंद्र बाज़ार, फिर हम गए लगदाता बाज़ार, एक खिलौने वाले गली, और फिर हम वी एंडेड अप एट मुबारक मंडी। और रास्ते में मैंने सबको कहा आपके क्या ऑब्जर्वेशंस हैं अपार्ट फ्रॉम द ब्यूटीफुल आर्किटेक्चर एंड द हिस्ट्री दैट वी सॉ डाउन द स्ट्रीट्स। मैंने कहा यहाँ पे देखो हर कम्युनिटी का अपने जगह है, and everybody coexisted back in those times when Mubarak Mandi was made, which is in the 1800s. You can imagine what was the intention back there in the time. And then I noticed, सबसे पहले मैंने माथा टेका है गुरुद्वारा साहब में, एक बहुत पुराना गुरुद्वारा साहब है, अगर आप गए हैं वहाँ पंचतीर्थी में, उसके सामने ही हमारे वेरी एंशंट टेम्पल्स आती हैं, उसके थोड़े से आगे जाए तो एक चर्च आती है, एंड स्ट्रेट आफ्टर दैट इज़ वन ऑफ द मोस्ट ब्यूटिफुल मस्जिद्स. So we saw all these beautiful little spots which hold so much of मैं क्या आपको बताऊं, और हमने इतने प्यार से, हमने खुशी से इन सब में माथा टेक के सबसे ब्लेसिंग्स लेके हम आगे चले, और मैंने कहा ऐसे ही रहना चाहिए, दिस शुड बी द सेम. एंड देन देयर इज लवली बुद्धिस्ट चैंटिंग दैट हैपन्स. सो रियली आई मीन इट्स अबाउट टाइम वी ऑल रिकग्नाइज ईच अदर. एक ही मेरे लगता है जम्मू में एक ही चीज़ हम फॉर मेनी ईयर्स वी हैव बीन actually treated like a step brother, or we have not been given our due. And I think it's time that Jammu has given its due, and we all as a community need to be inclusive of each other. एक दूसरों को हमने खींचना नहीं है डाउन. कई बार मैंने देखा है कि बाकी जगह सबकी यूनिटी बहुत तगड़ी होती है, बट जम्मू में क्या हो जाता है कई बार एक दूसरों को खींचने की आदत है, एंड दैट इज़ समथिंग वी ऑल हैव टू स्टॉप डूइंग जी. आई थिंक वी हैव टू कम टुगेदर एज अ कम्युनिटी, and we have a lot to be proud of ji. A lot to be proud of.
जिस तरह से आपने कहा जम्मू हैज़ गॉट लॉट टू बी प्राउड ऑफ इट हैज़ नॉट बीन गिवन प्रॉपर ट्रीटमेंट एंड ठीक है हमारे को वी हैव नॉट बीन गिवन ड्यू राइट एंड ड्यू एक्नॉलेजमेंट दैट इज़ अ फैक्ट ऑल्सो बट वी डोंट हैव टू डिमीन द अदर्स ऑल्सो कि वाई यू हैव नॉट गिवन अस आर राइट वी हैव आर राइट वी विल टेक आर राइट एंड वी विल बी एक्नॉलेज sooner or later and the steps are being taken in that direction जिस तरह से आपने वो थोड़ा सा प्रोग्राम के आखिरी लम्हे में हैं तो जिस तरह से आपने हेरिटेज वॉक का जिक्र किया तो आपको भी मालूम होगा मैं दर्शकों को भी बता दूं नॉट वेरी लॉन्ग अगो जब शियाओं का जुलूस निकलता था मैडम कनक मंडी में तो वी हैव सीन इट कि वहाँ पे जो हिंदू शिविर लगाते थे उनको पानी पिलाने के लिए तो दैट इज़ अ रिफ्लेक्टिव ऑफ द कॉस्मोपॉलिटन एंड लिबरल करेक्टर ऑफ द जम्मू रीजन तो जिस तरह से मैडम का शी हैज़ गॉट मैनी फेदर्स इन हर कैप तो जिसका हम जिक्र करेंगे इट विल टेक लॉट ऑफ टाइम बहुत ये काम कर रही हैं और जैसे इन्होंने कहा कि शी हैज़ कम इन द फोरग्राउंड ओनली रिसेंटली पहले ये बैकग्राउंड में काम कर रही थी और इट्स अ वेरी अनदर important feather she has got in her cap is that she's the founding chairperson of FICCI FLO Jammu and Kashmir Ladakh chapter. This is a new of its kind in the Jammu region जहाँ पे ना इंडस्ट्री है ना एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप है तो we will talk about her मैडम प्लीज़ इसके बारे में बताइए
जी so this is something that is I call it my baby for now because it's the newest thing that I've been doing. We founded this chapter on the 24th of May last year, ji, in the midst of a very, very difficult COVID, the Delta wave. And FICCI Flow is an organization established 38 years ago. We have an all India presence of 19 chapters now. The 19th one is just going to start in Vadodara. In fact, I'll be going for that launch on the 24th. So, Jammu was the 18th, Jammu Kashmir Ladakh was the 18th chapter. It is the first only women's forum for Chamber of Commerce and Industry. And FICCI Flow is an apex body of FICCI, the main FICCI in India. And Flow is the ladies organization, FICCI's ladies organization. So, everybody thought that again, okay, Jammu mein एंटरप्रेनर्स नहीं हैं बट आप बहुत ही सरप्राइज़ हो जाएंगे हमारे कई एंटरप्रेनर्स हैं स्टार्टअप्स भी हैं और हमारे कई लेडीज़ हैं जो बड़े सालों से अपनी फैमिली बिजनेसेस में इन्वॉल्व हैं एंड जम्मू इज़ फास्ट इमर्जिंग एज वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ फॉर investment as well and we have got a lot of projects which we have taken up. I think you must have been reading about it. We've done a lot of social work in this field as well. One of them being latest one is we adopted a park under the JMC scheme. It is Green Belt number 9, ward number 20. आप आके देखें. And now that park is going to become a center of activity. And we created a mascot girl child village से हमने villages पे गए थे तो मैंने नोट किया कि वहाँ की लड़कियाँ बहुत कीन थी पढ़ने की computer education. So we have started a laboratory. And the name of the girl child, the mascot is called Vridhi. The computer lab is absolutely one of the best in the country and we have a tie-up with NIIT Foundation for the same where we are giving girls free of education, computer education. आप प्लीज़ आके देखें. For the regular stitching, sewing, basket making, painting, I wanted to skill them with real skill sets which will actually get them a B2B approach. And that what I've done is I've started a concept by the name of Chakki Charpai, where cluster women are actually making Dogri food. So not only will they be showcasing what Jammu is famous for, सब सोचते हैं सिर्फ राजमा चावल है जम्मू में, नहीं जी, there are almost 21 dishes that are available and these cluster girls have already gone and catered in various places, including my own marathon. I had them catering for me, Chakki Charpai के नाम से. So these are some of the initiatives that we've done. We've also done an initiative called हम participate कर रहे हैं हमारे जम्मू के talent और कश्मीर के भी टैलेंट इसमें हमने आहार में पार्टिसिपेट किया था. JKTPU के साथ हमारा MOU है तो वो भी हमारे को बहुत हेल्प कर रहे हैं एंड आवर लेडीज़ आर रियली कमिंग आउट देयर. नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू जलसा. देयर इज़ एन एग्जीबिशन इन दिल्ली on the 12th, so I have managed to get my flow members free of cost space over there to showcase their products. We recently had the national
देखा the way Ritu started that she has been inspired by Nelson Mandela and Gandhi and also she comes from the family of Hari Singh. So इनकी जो streak थी कि they were not only the voice of the people of the entire society but they were also then aspirational figure also. They were catering to the every section of the society. उसी तरह से रितु मैम जिस तरह से not only जो entrepreneur है उनका help out कर रही है, not only in the education sector में काम कर रही है, even in the rural areas the girl child के ऊपर काम कर रही है. So she is also catering to the every section of the society in her own manner. And that is the reason she has been awarded this very prestigious award. So, thanks a lot for giving your time.
You're most
And
welcome, Ji.
thanks a lot.
You're most welcome, Ji. And I just want to say, can I end with just quoting something that I wanted to speak on for this award? If you just give me a second. Um, so, basically, I believe that we come from the land of the Shiv and Shakti. And मेरा DNA में ये है. So let me just speak a few words. In the end, no human action is complete without the invocation to Shiv and Shakti, the two fundamental forces permeating every aspect of being. I bow with humility at the feet of Lord Shiva and Shakti, seeking their divine blessings for peace and prosperity of Jammu Kashmir UT. Sarva Mangal Mangalaya Shive Sarvate Sadike शरणे साधिके गौरी नारायणे नमस्ते नमस्ते।
जिस तरह से तुमने अभी जिक्र किया, इनके जो फादर इन लॉ हैं डॉक्टर करण सिंह, वो शिव के काफ़ी भक्त वो हैं, एंड शिवा इज़ द सुप्रीम गॉड इन हिंदुज़म. सो वी विश यू लक एंड we look forward to see more and more of your work.
Thank you so much, and as you are aware, are you aware of what has come? I think apart from the prestige and the honor that it's bestowed on me, it has actually given me more responsibility. So as it is, I have a lot of responsibility due to the fact that I come from this family. There's a responsibility I carry alongside with that, and now even more because Nelson Mandela's name is attached with mine as well now. So I have to really do much more than I've done before. So please wish me luck. I hope I'm able to do it justice in every which way.
सर रितु ने कहा, अभी जिक्र किया है बेंजामिन फ्रैंकलिन की जो ऑटोबायोग्राफी, इट इज़ कंसिडर्ड वन ऑफ द बेस्ट ऑटोबायोग्राफीज ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, एंड द वे शी हैज सेड कि you must do something which is written about. So she is definitely
worth reading about.
worth reading.
You must do something either that's worth reading or what is worth writing about.
She's definitely doing what is worth writing about.
Ji.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So much.
Thanks a lot for watching our program. We'll come back to you in our next episode. Thanks.